Why all, not Gabrielle Union exposing Dwayne Wade's nastiest secrets and then dumping him like a hot potato after he cheated on her again. So Dwayne Wade has been cheating on Gabrielle Union over and over again, and it's been everywhere. But this time it looks like Gabrielle is done with him. She has her bags packed and ready to go. But is she determined to go out with a bang? Because it looks like she's dragging Dwayne and exposing some wild secrets that will leave Why all shook. It's wild how 2023 has turned out to be the year when all these perfect Hollywood relationships are just falling to pieces, making us realize that not everything is all sunshine and rainbows behind closed doors. Will and Jada set the stage for this reality check, and it seems like Gabrielle and Dwayne are following suit, adding their own messiness to the mix. But let me tell why all, this story is pure gossip gold. Now, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade are a big deal in Hollywood, and many of us kind of look up to them as an example of a great black couple in Hollywood. But let's keep it all the way real. Just because their ship doesn't mean that we can't acknowledge the weird moments in their relationship over the years. Trust me, there have been a lot of weird things going on with them. They first met in 2007 when they were both with other people. At the time, Gabrielle was in a relationship, and Dwayne Wade was married to his high school sweetheart, Fawn Funches. But not long after Gabrielle's relationship ended, Dwayne decided to pull the plug on his marriage with Fawn, causing fans to believe that he and Gabrielle had been doing some sneaking around when he was still married. However, they have both consistently denied engaging in any hanky-panky during that time, and Dwayne was very clear that Gabrielle had no part in his divorce. But you know, a lot of folks never quite bought into the Gabrielle had nothing to do with the divorce narrative because it just looked like they were saving face. Then they decided to go public with their romance in 2010, just a few months after Dwayne's divorce from Fawn was finalized. However, it didn't take long for the rumors to start flying around about how Dwayne was cheating on Gabrielle with half the women in Hollywood. One of his side pieces actually came out to expose him and said, "I too have my situation with Dwayne. Can't lie, he is great in bed, but I definitely would not take him seriously the way Gabrielle does. He sleeps with and flies bees out all the time. They like to act like they are Michelle and Barack when in reality, things are not what they seem." She continued, "Every time some type of gossip comes out, they have to make an appearance to show the media how real they are. He's involved with many girls, and that's to say the least, and everyone that deals with him knows this. Either Gabrielle knows this and doesn't care, or she is playing dumb, which I find hard to believe." When it came to these cheating allegations, Gabrielle and Dwayne played it pretty cool, neither confirming nor denying the rumors. After all, they were all about maintaining that image of being the ultimate power couple. Then, out of the blue, they called it quits in 2013. However, just a few months later, in November, they surprised everyone by getting back together. But wait, there's a major plot twist in their reunion story. You see, during their break, it turns out Dwayne had gotten his longtime friend Aja Matoyer pregnant. Now, the timing of this revelation raised some eyebrows, seriously, because people were wondering how in the world he managed to get someone pregnant so quickly after his split with Gabrielle. It had fans speculating if Dwayne and Aja might have had a little something simmering behind the scenes all along. I mean, considering his track record with multiple infidelities, it wouldn't be a huge shocker if he and Aja were more than just pals during his time with Gabrielle. I mean, it only takes once to get pregnant, but there were whispers about some secret shenanigans happening, if you catch my drift. Now, Dwayne Wade spilled the beans that he and Gabrielle reunited before he discovered Aja was expecting his child. He confessed he was scared to break the news, fearing Gabrielle might dump him again, maybe for good. But according to him, confessing the truth to Gabrielle was one of the hardest things he had ever done. Was it harder for you to sit down and have a conversation and to tell her that something had happened outside the relationship or losing the finals? Way harder to have a conversation with my now wife. Now, of course, Gabrielle was understandably hurt over this betrayal, but she refused to speak about it publicly until a couple of months ago when she said, "It should go without saying that we were not in a good place at the time that the child was conceived. But we were doing much better when he finally told me about the pregnancy. To say I was devastated is to pick a word on a low shelf for convenience. There are people, strangers I will never meet, who have been upset that I have not previously talked about that trauma. I have not had words, and even after untold amounts of therapy, I'm not sure I have them now. So yeah, she and Dwayne patched things up after that, and they even got married a few months later. This sparked conversations about how she might have been more clued in about Dwayne's infidelity than people initially assumed. But what really had people talking was their low-key approach to Dwayne's son, Xavier. While they flaunt an image of the perfect blended family with Dwayne's older kids, Zaire and Zaya, it seemed like they conveniently ignored Xavier's existence. But if that's not weird enough, the marriage took another hit in social media when Gabrielle told everybody in an interview that they split their bills right down the middle, 50/50. It's weird to say I'm head of household cause in this household we split everything 50/50, but in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts this. There's always this like gorilla on your back that is like, you better work. You better work, y'all, here's the deal. Okay, Dwayne is raking in way more money than Gabrielle. Her net worth is about $40 million, while he is worth $170 million, making him more than 4 times wealthier. It's kind of confusing why they're doing this whole 50/50 split, when, in all fairness, he should be shelling out more cash given the income gap. But if you think that's strange, well, it goes from bad to worse, because Dwayne spilled this tea in an interview. It turns out Gabrielle was the one who pushed for this equal split, all because he had made a remark during a heated argument that didn't sit right with her. We decided together because I think I said one time we was in Miami. I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me. She was like, "You will never say that to me again when it's something that we share." And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again, wow, why all? That's just crazy. And this made people feel a type of way about the marriage. However, Gabrielle defended their 50/50 decision, insisting that it made their marriage work. She said, "This is both of our second marriages, and we're super transparent about that. We didn't do it right the first time around. There's another way to be more collaborative and equitable. We humble ourselves, listen, and we meet in the middle." In another interview, she said, "The biggest difference between this and the last marriage would be a prenup at my insistence. When you have your own stuff, you don't need to worry about anyone else's stuff. So everyone should go into the relationship knowing, I'm here for you, and you're here for me, and the reality is, I've never seen Dwayne balance a checkbook, so I got to protect my stuff. It's the wave of the future, maybe that's your wave, Gabrielle. Speak for yourself, sis." But I mean, things just get spicier from this because, according to a gossip blog, things are getting very shaky between Gabrielle and Dwayne right now because Dwayne is being caught cheating on her again, and she is done dealing with this mess. So, she is making plans to divorce, allegedly. They said Dwayne is very close to a woman, not Gabrielle. He was spotted getting very close to her, spoke to her very intimately while I was there for 2 hours. Gabrielle also has some interesting posts on her Instagram when clarity, truth, and transparency are present. There's only room for evolution. Gabrielle just posted on her Snapchat a pic of her daughter, "I'd do anything for her peace." They also said somebody else messaged me that Dwayne keeps posting with the kids and not with Gabrielle. Gabrielle has only been posting with their daughter and not with their other kids. An insider said, "They will be like Will and Jada. If they ever separate, they will keep it quiet and live their separate lives, but keep a united front for years if necessary." Now, the interesting thing about all this is that fans have noticed that both Gabrielle and Dwayne have stopped wearing their wedding rings, which confirms that their marriage is actually on the rocks. According to an insider, Gabrielle has been speaking to a couple of divorce lawyers and is still trying to figure out the best approach to the divorce. She is trying to avoid as much media fallout and drama as possible, but she knows for a fact that the marriage is over because she will not sit back and watch Dwayne humiliate her like this. Well, fans have had a lot to say about this drama and have been on these streets talking, saying stuff like, "And she was paying half the bills? He's a booty bandit anyway. I don't feel sorry for her because she chose this after he had a break baby." I am not surprised. Did Gabrielle think she was the one woman to tame Dwayne? Gabrielle was horrible and disrespectful to Dwayne's first wife. She inserted herself in a marriage that ended in divorce. She was a part of that. It is